Many of my subs have been sending me this story about Amber Guyger being fired all day. I only replied to one person that said that's really not enough for me because, so what? She's fired. Okay, whatever. And I'm going to address to you why I feel that is. And there's also something I'm going to show you as it pertains to why us as black people and even why Botham, Jean's family shouldn't be excited about this either. So, as we all know, what Amber Guyger did happened at the beginning of this month. We are almost into the month of October, and this event in which she killed this black man in his own apartment happened on September 4th at the beginning of this month. So it took them a while to even arrest her, and it took even longer for them to fire her. And the only reason I feel that Renee Hall, who was the police chief, the one that I did the video about, fired her is because there was pressure from the public. And I recently found out that the Texas Ranger, well, one of them, or like the head person involved, is a black man, and his name is David something, whatever. I know True Royal had did a video about him. I said it is something about that Pringle chip shaped hat that just turns a black man into a coon. I call it the coon cat because David Clark, ironically, his name is David too, always wore that damn hat every chance he got, and we know he's like the biggest coon on earth, or one of them. But anyway, all of them played a role in helping this woman out. He played a role because of the whole affidavit thing, and them telling them to not have all these charges against her. Renee Hall refused to fire her until recently, and Faith Johnson, the DA, was responsible for helping her bond out of prison, or out of jail. So like I said, they walk amongst us. That's why I titled the video the way that I did. But anyway, so she was just fired. Whoop-de-doo, she's fired. That means that if she was to quote-unquote walk away from this, she could go find a job as a cop probably in another county or in another district or maybe another state if she has to move. She just won't be going back to that department. That's one major reason why I'm not excited about this, and neither should you be. The only time I feel like I'm going to be excited about this is when a conviction comes, and it better be a good one. Don't give us no half-ass, she's only going to get 15 years bullshit. Because she's 30 now, which means if they gave her 15 years in prison, she would be out when she's 45. 46 if they were to sentence her next year. So I don't want no low ball of a sentence. It's bad enough they only got her on manslaughter charges, which is already lowball in the first place when it should be, in my opinion, premeditated murder. When you really think about all the stuff that she did, all the stories that she came up with, which were all a bunch of lies anyway. And they thought that we were supposed to just believe and hang off of every word that she said. Especially since the stories kept changing like every day. So don't be excited about this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to bring you the main point and the main reason as to why we should not be excited about this. Okay, this is an excerpt from one of the articles that was written and put out there after she was fired. It says, the department said Guyger engaged in adverse conduct when she was arrested for manslaughter. Guyger can appeal the firing. Let me read that again. The department said Guyger engaged in adverse conduct when she was arrested for manslaughter, and she can appeal the firing. That means she can find a way to get this shit overturned, and if she was to walk, she can go right back to her job, just like Betty Shelby did after she killed Terrence Crutcher. And it said adverse conduct. Words matter. I did a video about that. Let me continue. It's unclear what exactly led to Guyger's firing. The statement does not mention the shooting itself, but cites her actions when she was arrested 3 days later. A Dallas Police Department spokesperson declined to specify and pointed to the press release when questioned about what exactly led to Guyger's termination. So what that tells me, that the reason they fired her wasn't because she killed this man. it was because of something else. And I'm willing to bet that the something else was because of that so-called marijuana that they found in his apartment that most likely could have been planted by her. That's why I said this whole thing is a slap in the face. That's why I said don't get excited. Do not get excited because she was fired. You only get excited when there's a conviction, and it needs to be a good conviction. This woman deserves to have life behind bars. Now, I know people in my comment section will say she deserves the death penalty. Fair enough. That's all I'm going to say. But this right here is one of the main reasons I didn't get excited. Because I paid attention. I said something is just wrong about this. So they are only going to fire her because of adverse conduct, not the fact that she contributed mainly and pretty much only to the death of this man. And on top of that, she should have way more charges against her. Breaking and entering should definitely be another charge, because technically that's what she did. She broke and entered into someone's home that was not her own without permission. But I'm going to just leave it right here. Make sure, like I said, please do not get excited. I know y'all are very strong-minded, and I know y'all are not going to be excited about this just like I'm not. This is just another walk in the park. This is another day for them. But we'll see what happens going forward. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll leave the links for this article as well as the contact information in the description, and the links to the shirt will be pinned down below. I'll talk to you in the next one.